Welcome to the BBK podcast.
Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge. Phantom, that's alright. Inside all white, like something you ride a sled down. I just want that head. My bracelet, I'm mad. Her bracelet, her man, no. Everybody got the same swag, no. All the way that I chat, no. Stacking my bands all the way to the top, all the way to my bed falling over. Every time that you leave your spot, your girlfriend call me like, come on over. I like the way that she treat me, gon' leave you, won't leave me. I call it that Casanova. She said I'm insane, I might blow my brain out. Hey, Johnny, all the pain out. Please, Johnny, make it go away. I'm committed, not addicted, but it keep controlling me. Out of pain, I can feel it. I swear that it's slowing me. Yeah, I don't really care if you cry. I'm the way you should never lie. Saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said I am not afraid to die. Yeah, all my friends are dead. Put me to the edge. Yeah, all my friends are dead. Yeah, put me to the edge. All my friends are dead. Yeah, all my friends are dead. That is not your swag, I swear you fake on. Y'all ain't nigga wanna take my kid on. Red on, I just start red on. Yeah, mad song, look, nigga, test on. Fast car, nice car, red song. In the car, they got no ones that we won't back on. Clothes from overseas, got them racks and they all see. No, to you it's not a Gino. Looking at your stack, it look your money, it all green though. I was counting that it's all 20s, that's a G, bro. She say, you're the worst, you're the worst. I cannot die bigger, this my universe. I don't really care if you cry. On the real, you shouldn't ever lie. Should've saw the way she looked me in my eyes. She said, baby, I am not afraid to die. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge, all my friends are dead. Push me to the edge.
Yo. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Today I got a special guest. I got my boy Gino in here today.
Buddy?
It's been a while since I had my boy on, so we decided to link up and do this shit again. It's been a minute, but today we're gonna be speaking on more in detail of people putting in effort and consistency in relationships and stuff like that. And then we also got a new segment that we're going to be talking about, but we will get to that part later. So I guess we can dive right in to the effort part. It was something that I spoke on a little bit in the last episode, but I didn't go as much into it as I would like to, because I kind of felt like I was rushing it and stuff like that. So I want to take some time and even get Gino input into everything too. And let's see what we come up with. But for starters, man, effort. I believe effort is the biggest thing in a relationship. I think we probably could both agree on that. Between that and communication, those are the two biggest things that makes a relationship and makes shit work. Compared to people just brushing shit off, man. The way I look at things, it's when it comes to effort, it shouldn't be one person more than the other, and vice versa. Nobody should feel hey, I love them more than they love me. Because like that's the way how you feel. You know what I mean? You need to you need to go. I don't think that relationship is like actually like suited for you anymore. Because at that point you're over it. You're putting in more effort than anything else, and you're not getting back nothing in return. And 9 times out of 10, the only thing you're getting back in return is nothing but bullshit excuses of why that person can't put in effort and why they can't do this and why they can't do that. That's how I look at it. I'm gonna let Gino say his piece on it, and then we're gonna see. We're gonna go back and forth.
When it comes to that, that's a huge thing. Consistency. That word right there. A lot of people don't realize that in your life you have to be consistent no matter what you're doing. There's no you're gonna do something one day and then the next day you're gonna stop. Especially if you try to get somewhere in life, you have to keep doing whatever you're doing. It's a repetitive thing. Especially let's say if you're somebody that wants to lose weight, you're not gonna just one day go to the gym and then not go back to the gym for the next couple of weeks. No, it's a consistent thing. It's a set schedule. You have to constantly going back to the gym, and working out to see results. So it's the same thing with a relationship. It's not a one day I'm gonna sit here and talk to my spouse and engage with them, and then I'm not gonna talk to them for the next couple of weeks. It doesn't make sense. What's the point of you being with that person if you're only gonna be temporary with them? Find yourself a friend of benefits. Find yourself a best friend. You don't want a relationship. So consistency is a huge thing when it comes to two people. If there's no effort and there's no work put into the relationship, there is no relationship at the end of the day. You're just another person there.
Yeah, and the crazy part about that is, what I realized even with myself is nowadays we use the word solid, like you solid. That means like you legit. Like you real. What type of thing? Like you stay 10 toes down. And some things that I catch myself doing is being, to me, there's such thing as being too solid. You're solid to a fault. It's like I would stay in something knowing damn well I shouldn't, because I don't want to be looked at or viewed at as somebody who wasn't solid or didn't stay down for somebody. But you have to be honest, you have to break out of that mindset, because at the end, that person is just using that, thing about you against you. They see it as, oh, no matter what I do or what I say, that person always going to be there for me. Surely because they want to be solid. And like I said, man, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's a good and bad thing to be that, because, it's a good that, you'll stay to those down, but it's bad because people will abuse that. You know what I mean? People will abuse that. They will use that type of things against you. And the sad part is they'll waste your time at the end of the day. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to have that time wasted. And, I don't think you want to have your time wasted. I don't like my time being wasted. And I'm speaking on certain things, whatever, but it's more so like, if you know that you are the problem, it's fucked up to then make that person hold on to you. If pretty much, if you know, like, hey, I am the problem, man, get away from that person and go fix yourself. Is there a chance you're gonna lose that person? Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you love and you care about them, the way how you supposedly say you do, you will let them go off and flourish somewhere else or with somebody else. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you gotta take care of yourself. And double backing on the solid part, man. Being too solid is also an issue, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna take care of you but you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got you like you got yourself. And when I say what that, it's like people don't realize, like, in relationships, man, like mental health is a big thing too, along with the effort, communication. And when you have one person putting all the effort and doing everything in their power to make that relationship work, and they're seeing their partner pretty much not give a fuck about them, not caring and shit like that, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, that's gonna fuck with their head. Like, bro, like, maybe I'm the issue, but hey, maybe I'm the problem because I'm doing everything that I would assume the person want me to do, and then you're seeing that it's not getting you the results that you thought it was going to get. And from there, that's going to break you down. That's going to make you depressed because you're going to be down on yourself and shit like that, bro. And like I said, man, people got to take care of themselves. At the end of the day, man, look out for yourself, bro, because your significant, if they showing you they don't give a fuck, believe them, bro. They don't care.
You
You know what I
gotta
mean?
you gotta be able to protect your peace at the end of the day. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people allow negative energy to affect them. You gotta protect your peace because you go crazy at that point. You gotta be able to one step at a time, and you just gotta be able to block. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
oh,
I don't know what happened. I
happened?
think we lost you for a minute. But no,
Don't you?
go and pick up where you left off, though, bro.
No, I was saying that you got to be able to protect your peace. You have to be able to protect every bit because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. Yes, you'll have friends. Yes, you'll have family and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you honestly have yourself only. And you got to be able to protect yourself in every bit of, in every aspect of life. You know, whether it's your health or whether it's this and that, you have to protect your life. And no one else is going to be able to live it but you. So you're going to have to make, your own decision, the outcome of everything that you do. So no matter what, you got to make sure that how you want to live your life based also how, what you allow and who you allow in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to just allow anybody into your life where they're going to try to fuck you up at one point. So you want your life, you would want everybody to be on that same vibe and be on that same wave.
Yeah, man. Protecting peace definitely is that's a huge thing, man. And the crazy part is I know out here, man, it's real hard to protect your peace because you got so many, different people and the way how they operate. You got the real, giving people who are caring, and to be honest, I feel like those who are the ones that give out so much are the ones that get fucked over so bad. Strictly because they don't do what you said in protecting their peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they're like targeted. It's like a target get placed on them because it's like they see how giving this person is and stuff like that, and it's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like I can go get whatever I want from them by manipulating them, and people like really think that shit's okay, and clearly it's not. You know what I mean? It's not one of the things that they're okay. That's not something that like I would do, or I'm pretty sure I don't think you would do, or any of our people. I don't think that's something you can. And like I said, if you can see yourself doing it, or you catch yourself doing that, man, you know what I mean, you might want to get your shit on your head on straight, bro. Yep. That is not an okay way how to live, bro, whatsoever.
Not at all. Not at all. I tell people all the time, that actually a lot of people ask me, they'll sit there and be like, who's closest to you? And I tell you, I always say the same group of people because I don't just refer to anybody as like family or as somebody close to me because people come and go. So I look at most people as acquaintances at times and as just like buddies because I know who are the real people in my life and who aren't my people in my life. Back then, I would allow anybody to be in my life, and they could just do a couple things, and bam, I instantly looked at them as like a best friend or somebody close to me. But that definitely put me in a tough spot because I got taken advantage of a lot of the time. So you got to be able to know who's real and who's fake, because at the end of the day, the fake people, your life is just gonna consist of nothing, nonsense and bullshit and more and more bad vibes. Nothing is going to be good for you. But once you surround yourself with the real and you surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, who's about their shit, you'll see a lot of the things that, in your life will kind of connect and it'll kind of be put together. Because you're not gonna, some people are, loners. Don't get me wrong, we are loners where they'd rather be on their own. But for me personally, living like that isn't always the best way. Like you want to have your corner.
Right.
With that, you just got to make sure you choose who, and you don't just, you can do a couple things for you. Don't just automatically, that's who's gonna be, there for me. That's my ride or die. Now you got to really see who's really there for you.
Yeah, man, look, and that's one thing is like you definitely have to do, man. You got to make sure, like, you know what I mean, you got the right set of people in your life. And like I can even go to as far as like, you know what I mean, as a situation to where um it was just simple. Like I didn't feel like I was being I guess like I didn't see myself as an important person in this person's life, and like we had a discussion about it, and it was one of those things that like I was like I to me like to well, my side, of course, I'm gonna feel like everything that was said, like it, like nothing, like it verified exactly what I'm saying. Like what I
Mm-hmm.
heard from the person was exactly what I knew I was going to hear, and I knew I was right because at the end of the day, and like with me, not like gassing, but like bro, like I'm like real supportive of everything. You know what I mean? Anything my friends do, significant other do, nothing but supportive, bro. It's like hear some like dumb shit you doing, I'll be yo, you wild, you doing some dumb shit. I'll be real and tell you like, hey, you doing some dumb shit. You need to cut that out. But it's times where like I see like when they have like other friends involved, and I like when people tell me stories, bro. You already know, Gino. I like hearing like how like, who you with and what did they say,
Yeah.
because that will give me the clear indication of like how like whoever you are with how they move, and if you need to move yourself away from them because not all people make friends like it's nothing, and I can't do that. Like you said, bro, I do the whole acquaintance thing. We cool for that moment. Not cool for that moment, but we cool. But it's like you're not one of my people, like none of my close people. And I still see that to this day. Like a lot of people just get these friends and like not to like they throw you under the bus quick
Mm-hmm.
as hell. And you know what I mean? That's something that gotta I don't know how that person get fixed, but like you gotta be able to look at your surroundings, bro, and really understand what you got around you and who you have around you, who you like pretty much who you bring into your house. Meet your family, meet this, meet that. Not everybody meet my people, bro. And I do that on purpose. You know what I mean? Only niggas I really fuck with will do that. We'll get the opportunity for real.
Uh, with uh, with how things are nowadays, especially this generation, they don't know what loyalty really is. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Wait, Gino, take out your headphones, bro. Let's see what the hell. There we go.
There we go. I was getting the echo.
Yeah, as I was saying, go and take the mic out. So I got another technical difficulties again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today, but but no, definitely with this generation, there's a big thing that there's a big problem that they have, and that's loyalty. There's no real loyalty nowadays compared to how it was back then. A lot of people be flip flop and wishy washy and quick to call somebody a friend, but when their friend is in need, they I can't do it. Man, especially if somebody's been there for you and doing everything for you and has been really a ride or die, and you sit there and you turn your back and you don't, you're not there for them like you should. It's like, yo, why take on foot you are? When
Right.
there's a bunch of other people who are real, who are willing to be there for you, that wouldn't do this shit, but you sit here, you're doing the fuck shit. Because at the end of the day, you're, going back to it, my peace is involved. You know what I mean? My happiness is involved. Because now I'm going to feel some kind of way because of the fact that I got fucked over. Nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to feel that. Especially when it comes to being in a relationship. If you would rather be, especially if the longevity in this relationship, like if I've been with you for X amount of years, let's say I've been with you 2 years, and you still put, your friends over me a lot of the time, then it's like it's gonna feel you're gonna feel shitty because it's like, why are you willing to put other people who aren't gonna be there for you the way I am ahead of me? I understand that. I understand that some people have been there longer, but have they done more than I have?
Right.
You know, it don't matter
Right.
who's been in your life that long. Hell, I know people from goddamn elementary school who, you know, that I still know or that's still in my life. But am I gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, because I know them longer? No, I ride with the people who've done the most for me, no matter what it
Right.
is. I ride with them over anybody who I've known longer. Hell, if I've only known you for like 6 months and you've had my back in every fucking situation and within that 6 months, yo, I got you. You feel me?
Yeah, you my dog right there.
You
You my
know,
dog.
especially if it's, look, I need to borrow some money, or you got there's a situation that went down, you help me handle it. I got you. But
Right.
people would rather sit here and be, all buddy and close to people just because they've been there longer, instead of really seeing the people who've actually been there instead of been there longer. You got to think of who's actually been there.
Yeah, and the crazy part about that is the moment that person who, as you was, not the person you were describing, but the person that been there for that person the whole time. The sad part is the moment they decide to like, wash their hands and say, I'm over it and I'm done. That's when the narrative begins to change. They are, I guess we say attacked, viewed as the bad person in the situation. And to be honest, that shit's not fair. Because in the end, that person did exactly what they not supposed to, but what they wanted to do for you. They stood by you through everything. And in the end, you never picked them over whoever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at that point, man, they tired of it. They tired of it, man. They done. You know what I mean? They've given everything they possibly could give to to you, and then in return, they got a bag of shit.
Oh, for sure. I've
But
been in multiple situations with exactly that. There was this one situation I had with this one girl where in the beginning things were cool, that's like the puppy dog stages and whatnot, and
honeymoon stage, yep.
everything was cool. And after I really got to know her after a couple months, like I saw that she wasn't real with me, and she wasn't the one to ride for me, because in the beginning I would get all the good morning texts and night texts, and we would talk all the time. And then it just
Right.
got to the point, after a couple months, I guess she got comfortable, and it just got to the point where I didn't hear from her as much. She was out, with her friends more than she was, hanging out with me, and it's just like, I just felt like so much time was being wasted, because I could have been with someone else, and actually building something, instead of me
Mm-hmm.
sitting here wasting my time and waiting with you, where you don't seem like you got your shit together, and why, like I said, it's a huge thing, because especially if I let you meet my family, I let you meet my friends, and you got all that access, but then you still just turn around and do me wrong, it's just like, why? Just why?
Right.
Because, like I said, at the end of the day, we could have saved you some time. You could have been just by yourself with your friends, not having me blowing up your phone all the time, and then I would have had my time wasted, where I'm just sitting here, just texting you all the time, worrying about where you at, this and the third, and could have put my energy into someone else or into something else. It's just like, come on now. At the end of the day, it's a mutual thing. This is, it's a companionship. It's like a life agreement. If
Yeah.
you're gonna sit there and be ready to be committed, actually be committed. Don't pretend to be committed. Don't be half committed. Be fully committed if you want to be with somebody. Don't just be like, I'm gonna be with them this week and next week. Nah, no. It's not how this works. It's not how life works.
And the crazy part about that is, man, like when you do stuff like that, that's your effort being shown right there. That what you're saying right there, like, what you're saying is like that right there, that shows people how much you really care about them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That legit that broadcast. So if you're comfortable with not talking to somebody for days at a time, you're comfortable shooting one text, getting a response, and then not hearing back. If you're comfortable like that, bro, let that person
Yeah.
go. Because at that point, you're wasting that
That's
person's time.
toxic. That's the toxic stuff you don't want to have in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah. And me, I'm in a pride. Shout out to Gino because he kind of brought up my situation.
No.
I like it though because it allowed me not to do it, but whatever. But I'm in a process of like getting that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the process of like removing that from. Because I said, man, that's not something that's needed, bro. Especially like when you all about, you know what I mean, getting your shit done and
Mm-hmm.
growing in life, bro. Like that's stuff that you just do not need around you.
For sure. For sure.
But all right, I think we spoke about this part good enough. We're gonna take a quick little break and we'll come back with our new segment. New segment title is Story Time. Today Gino is gonna, I'm gonna let Gino get in the floor real quick and he's gonna tell us about a little story, the situation that happened with him and pretty much the effects of it, ripple effects, and we just want to speak
Yes,
on shit
sir.
like that. So we'll be right back, man. Hey, Blue Bag Key here, aka BBK. I came here to tell you guys about this awesome app called Anchor. It's the easiest app to help you get your podcast off the ground. So for starters, it's free. It's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your laptop. Doesn't matter. Anchor also distributes your podcast on multiple platforms like Apple, Spotify, and etc. You can make money off your podcast by recording ads just like this one. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. All you gotta do, go to your app store, download the Anchor app, man. I'm out. Yo,
Woo.
yo. Oh, are you gonna be Pop Smoke? Woo!
Woo.
Well, all right, man, we back, man. Like I said, next there's a new segment we doing today, and it's gonna be basically, story time. So, Gigo, you got the floor, brother.
Story time. Story time. This is a new thing that you know, me and my boy Sean want to talk about, and it's basically story time where we're gonna talk. We all gonna give our stories, no matter what it is, whether it's something crazy, some life threatening, just stuff that maybe some people can relate to, maybe they can relate to, but it could be something to hear so that way they don't get through something that's a situation. But I know I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and there's one particular situation dealing with a girl where just stupid decisions ended up happening. But this was a couple years back. I was dating this girl who I previously dealt with, but it didn't work out the first couple times. I didn't learn. Obviously, I'm young, so I didn't really learn from the first couple times. And I guess me feeling like because she got older and she did have a child at that point, I felt like her being older and her having a child maybe helped her mature. Big mistake. Everybody out there, do not think that a baby could mature somebody. That will not help anybody grow the fuck up. Growing the fuck up is something that you have to do and handle on your own. Nothing in this world will help you with growing up, but you just gotta dig deep and fix that. But that's the story. So I assume that maybe she grew up and she got her shit together. So we were talking again. Things are okay. Things are cool. And she actually came to the house with the daughter and everything. And I had to meet my family. And this particular day, she stayed the whole night. I was having a little house party. Me being young and not thinking, everything was going according to plan, except for the fact that we didn't have anybody to watch your daughter. So generally, you're trying to get a babysitter, this, that, and the third, but the problem was the babysitter wasn't close. Baby was all the way down south Miami, and we just didn't have anybody end up watching TV. My family was already going out that night, so none of them to watch. So it just ended up being that we ended up partying with the child thing. Yeah.
Oh, y'all was wild.
Not the greatest of ideas. Really not the greatest of ideas. I wasn't. All right, I'll say I wasn't drunk. Yes, I was drinking. I wasn't drunk. I did have, like I said, I was a little tipsy. I, 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 I was a little past my limit, but I wasn't to the point where I couldn't like control anything. So me and my girl at the time, and I had like about like 4 other friends at the house. Everybody else was drinking. We played shot roulette. We were playing beer pong. Everybody was drunk out of their minds. We're joking around, and the baby's with us. Mind you, baby's with us, and we're all just joking around, haha, kiki. So finally, the baby gets tired, and then we put the baby in bed. We put the baby into the room to rest and everything, and we still continue the party, and I end up, two of my friends end up telling me like, yo, go to the bathroom, how do you business, with your shorty that. And like I said, I'm out of my mind. I have too much alcohol in my system. At that point, I had too much alcohol in my system. And, we go into the bathroom, and, like I said, things get a little hot and heavy, this and third. And then, shorty feels sick, and she wants to throw up. That's a buzzkill.
Oh.
So.
Right.
Huh?
She ain't up for you, right?
She ain't up on me. Thank God. Thank God.
So it's jab.
She didn't know about me.
The jab.
After a little while, she got real emotional and started crying. Like I said, I'm still.
After she threw up?
Yeah, started crying. My homegirl who was there was like, I guess, consoling her and trying to calm her down and everything, and she's crying, and she's crying because of the fact that she's talking about me. She's like, oh, you're such a good guy. You're such a good dude to me. And she's like crying hysterically, like as if like somebody died in her family. Like you know that kind of cry where it's just like hysterical tears. Like, yo, it's like that kind of cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tears falling and it's fucking raining outside.
It's both eyes like what? That kind of cry. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? What happened? Like, what did I do? And she's like, oh, you're such a good guy, and she's just bawling and crying, and then, they end up, my homegirl and her end up just going back in the bathroom, and I just go to the bathroom door, trying to get her, she's trying to help her get herself together. And I'm just sitting in the living room, my homeboys, I'm just like, what in the fuck is going on? Like, what in the world? After a while, she stops, and then she comes back to me, she's still kind of like tears in her eyes, gives me a kiss and everything. She's like, oh my God, you're so good to me. And at that point, I knew this bitch is drunk. This bitch is like over her limit. She's just out of there. I get it. You ain't gone out that much. Kind of overdid it. Yeah. And then the night's still going on. We're listening to music, still drinking, and now at this point, everybody is probably like shit faced, wasted, over the limit, just gone. I think I had only one person, one of my homeboys, who didn't drink as much, so he kind of was like, just kind of like watching everything. And then, what was it? And then after a little minute, my girl comes out. No, after a little minute, my girl goes to lay down in my room with her daughter. She falls asleep. We're still out here drinking. And then my homie that was there, she's sitting on the couch, and she's kind of like holding her head, and it's like, it looks like she's about to throw up, but we don't know what's going on. She just looks like she's out of it. My other homeboy's out of it, and my third homeboy is just, my second homeboy is just like sitting somewhere, whatever. And then my family walks in. Everybody, best thing ever. And my homegirl decides to just throw up right in front of my dudes. Just threw up in front of my dudes. Like, she just let it go. Like, just all over the place. my dukes looked at her, looked at me, looked at everybody else, and then I just looked at it and I was just like, I probably just fucked up tonight. Because my original plan was
Yeah.
everybody's just gonna sleep over here. Because I've had people come to my house, we've had get together, and my mom normally is like the one to tell me to make the right decision. So in my head, I thought the right decision was if we get drunk, I'm gonna let everybody sleep here. Everybody's gonna take one of the couches, maybe sleep on the floor, and then sleep it off, and then in the morning everybody goes home. That was my plan. I felt like it was foolproof until the throw up incident happened and throw up all over the floor. My mom's just heated at this point. She's asking where the baby is, and I said the baby's in the room asleep. And she's like, so you guys sat here and drank and partied with the baby in the house. Hearing that sounded 10 times worse coming from her than when I said it to myself. But
Yeah, because G, I ain't gonna lie,
yeah,
y'all niggas was on some y'all was on some redneck shit right there,
trust me,
man.
look. I was young, okay. It wasn't the most positive, most smartest
Wow.
idea I could have came up with. So that happened, and what was it? After my dude started kind of spazzing on everybody, my homegirl wants to go home. She was gonna drive home. My mom was like, "No, you're drunk. You're not driving home." She's like, "No, I can drive my own self home." Like she's kind of like giving attitude about dudes and everything. I'm like, "Yo, shut the fuck up and let my mom take you home." Like, no, my mom's gonna have my brother take her home. I'm just like, "Yo, let them take you home. Just shut the fuck up and let them take you home." She's like trying to battle my mom again, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, stop arguing back." That wasn't helping the situation. And I got my other homeboy here who's drunk as fuck, just apologizing as much as he can. Like he just keeps saying, I'm sorry. Like I think he said I'm sorry probably in the span of like 10 minutes, probably said I'm sorry over 500 times in the span of like 10 minutes.
Yeah, tell his
Like
little ass
that
get some
nigga just wouldn't
fucking
shut the fuck
water.
up and just kept saying, I'm sorry. Like the nigga was just gone. My other homeboy trying to help with the situation. My homegirl still like passed out on the couch. Like she's kind of in and out of consciousness and shit. And still trying to like while she's in and out of consciousness, she's still trying to fight my mom. Which I'm like, what the fuck? You talk about you can drive, but yet you in and out of consciousness arguing with people. Like, no. So
Right.
after that, I'm I'm not even telling y'all how I was looking. My ass started crying. My ass was just like out of there. My ass was in tears. Like, yo, I fucked up. Like, what the fuck? I thought I had the situation handled. I didn't. I'm like bawling, and people they're like, "Yo, calm down. You're good. Like, calm down. Yes, you fucked up. Yes, this is stupid. This is your dumbass. But calm down." And then, we try to clean up everything. We didn't throw up. There's just cups all, it was like just cups and shit. We were playing beer pong. We had a big ass table in the middle of the living room. My Dukes is really still trying to get everything all together. My girl, once they get everybody out the house and everybody leaves, not let me backtrack a little bit. Before they leave, actually, they go ahead and my homegirl goes ahead, the one that's drunk, she goes ahead and decides that she wants to drive herself home. So at that point, like my mom's done arguing with her this and the third, so she lets her drive. What it is my brother ends up following her just to make sure she's not driving all recklessly and crazy. Girl's still drunk. Yeah, I had a phone call.
I think we lost Gino.
That time.
There we go.
So, she's drunk. She's driving home drunk. My brother's following her. Brother says she literally just speeds out the neighborhood. Like she was doing like 90. Got 90, 95 out the neighborhood. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But she gets my homeboy. She gets my homeboy home. She gets my homeboy home. She gets home safely, and then my other homeboys, they end up going home. And then when I get home, I decided, all right, I'm gonna go lay up with my girl and the baby, And then my girl throws up in my bed. Right next to me. Right next to me.
I would have got the lemon
Right
blade
next to
knife,
me.
stabbed her ass right there on the bed,
Right next to
right
me,
there on
bro.
the fucking bed.
That right there.
Got the fucking lemon blade
And
and
I'm
lit
just
her
sitting here
shit
like, I
up.
don't know how to react to it. So I'm just like, fuck. Like, I don't know how to react to this. I get up quick because I didn't want any throw up on me, so I had to get up quick. And I'm trying to tell her get the fuck up, like she's all sluggish and shit. I'm like, get the fuck up. I'm not about to have you lay in your own goddamn vomit. Get the fuck up. I get her up, then I get the baby up. I have my mom help me and shit. My mom grabs the baby, and then basically everybody got up in my house. Like my brother was awake, my girlfriend was awake, my mom was awake, everybody was awake. So everybody's sitting here trying to do Mission Impossible and help me get everything all situated. So we get my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend at the time, we get her into the bathroom, where she's throwing up all in the toilet and shit. She got her whole head in the goddamn toilet bowl. And we got the baby, my brother's girlfriend holding the baby, making sure she stays asleep. And then I end up, like I said, I'm still kind of like somewhat panicking and whatnot, not knowing how to handle the situation. I went ahead and, I ended up just like sitting on the couch, just like I said, I'm not a loss for it. I'm just confused at this point. After that, we ended up putting a blanket in the middle of the living room. I ended up sleeping in the middle of the living room, and we ended up putting my girlfriend on the couch with a bucket right next to her. So I ended up basically like sleeping with the baby, just like the baby's just like I'm laid out and like my arm stretched out, and then the baby's literally just attached to my arm. So I'm sitting here trying to make sure the baby's good while at the same time trying to sleep, but I really couldn't sleep because it's like this whole night was just a wreck, and I'm just like, yo, I really fucked up, like I really dropped the ball here. And after that, the next morning comes. At this point, my family like doesn't make it apparent. They don't make it known, but they're not too keen on her now. That's like the worst way to kind of introduce your girlfriend to your parents or to your family by throwing a fucking house party.
Well, she was bad for it,
Yeah,
and your ass is
like
bad
yeah,
for it
she
because you should have
definitely
had a
was,
better decision
for going
making.
along with it. It wasn't that.
Both parties are to blame.
No, like that there. So next morning comes, she's like got a little bit of a hangover and everything. I like I ended up getting a little bit of the talk from my Dukes. She ended up getting a little bit of the talk from my Dukes. And after that day, honestly, the complexity of me and her like relationship really wasn't the same. Cause this goes back to the consistency thing. She wasn't hitting me up as much. Only time she would legit hit me up is if I was going out. Let's say if I decided to post on Snapchat, hey, when would tonight? Question mark. Or I'm trying to make a plan with some friends. She'd be quick to be like, oh, I want to go too. Like, but she would never like hit me up. You don't hit me up, but yeah, you're quick to want to go out.
Right.
So I was just like, all right. After a little while, I ended up seeing this dude on her Snapchat, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is this dude? She's like, oh, don't worry about him. He's just a family friend. He's nobody. Don't even, da 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 da. I'm like, uh-huh. Knowing how I am, I don't believe the shit. And then, I see like, it used to be I would see him every other day, and I started seeing him a lot more consistently on her Snapchat, holding her daughter and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, basically, I'm just like,
This
wow.
bitch stepping out on me.
And I think he posted like a quote. Not like a quote, but he said something in Spanish on her Snapchat. And then, me, I'm just like, no bueno, okay? I'm like, no bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Only Spanish word we know over here is no bueno.
So then I
No
go ahead
bueno,
and
no good, no good.
I translate. I use a little Google Translate to try to figure out what the fuck he's saying. And it said, it was like along the lines, just hanging it with my baby. And I'm just like, that just sounded so weird to me. So then I just got to the point where it was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop texting her, and I want to see what happens. Because I would always text her good morning, good night, like all that stuff. Let me not text her. Let me just see what happens. So I didn't do it. I'm waiting. And then literally weeks go by. And I'm just like, wow, like, kind of crazy. And then I think it was one day I looked on Instagram, and then there's a post that says, I'm single from her. I'm like, wow. You can tell social media this, but you can't tell me this. Cool. So I go ahead and I think
Right.
I hit her up on like Snapchat or something. Like I spazzed on her. You know, I'm spazzing, you know, and she's like, oh, you know, it's not like that, da da da. I'm like, what is it then, bitch? Like, you mean it's not like that? You just flat out, you know, just bullshit with me. And it was like a long ass conversation. And after that, like I just did shit with her. Funny thing is, literally, I think it's 6 months, like 7 months later, she's pregnant with that same nigga that was on her stuff. She's pregnant with that nigga kid. I'm just like, wow, the nerve of this bitch. But hey, me and her aren't together anymore, so I left that alone. So, you know, I wouldn't
So
be
she probably
surprised.
single
Where
now.
she be running from niggas. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm just,
he
woo.
says assembly line.
She blocked
He,
me on Facebook. So
he said it's an
I
assembly
took her
line.
sister on Facebook. Her sister is just as bad. Her sister is just as bad as her. And it's crazy. Her sister is like younger than me. I'm only 25. Her sister's got at least 21, 22 at most. And she got like 3 kids, I think, something like that.
And she out here sucking dick.
She got like, yo, what I mean for the
Oh yeah,
streets,
she for the
and she
streets.
be going after you.
She
Yo,
for the
these are hood
streets.
bitches, yo.
She
These
for
be
the
hood
streets.
Spanish girls.
Oh, that's why. See, I might
Yeah,
want one
yeah,
of
that
them
was
little ratchet ass
ratchet
Jones.
ass Spanish bitch. And they had fucking everything in sight. And I'm just like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Like, how are y'all like this? I understand, you know, y'all been through a lot in y'all life, but at the same time, y'all gotta at least have some respect and dignity for yourselves. Y'all be with these niggas for like 5 minutes and already they your baby daddy. And it's like, it's crazy. Like, y'all be quick to open y'all damn legs. So, moral of the story is make sure you make the right decisions and don't just fall for anybody. Don't just assume that because
Yeah,
they're older and they have a kid now that they're gonna change. 9 times out of 10, they'll change.
they won't.
They'll change.
They
They just
won't.
gonna change
Hell no.
how the fuck they did shit back then. Back then, they did it sloppily. They did it stupid. All they did was just change how they did it. Now they just doing shit in a much sneakier way. That's the only change they're gonna do, and that's exactly what fucking happened to me. The
Right.
more of the story, just don't fall for any traps. Don't thank God I wasn't stupid and fucked her as quick as all the other dudes did. Thank God I dodged that bullet because I wouldn't look. The last thing I would want is to be her fucking baby daddy because now I gotta be stuck there for the rest of my life. Hell no. So just make better decisions in your life and don't let alcohol talk to you. Because when alcohol starts talking to you, a lot of wrong things happen.
Well, I'm ready to let that alcohol talk to me on Saturday. So
Oh
I'm
boy,
ready to
look,
let
every time
that
alcohol
alcohol
talk to
ready
me,
talk
yo,
to me.
them conversations ain't that good.
Hey boy, when the alcohol get to talking to me, that nigga take over.
all my
It's a
good
problem.
judgment goes out the damn window. That there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's when I really text some of the most wildest
Yeah,
shit ever is when I'm off the alcohol, yo. When I'm drunk as a bitch, that's when I text some of the
yeah.
most wildest shit
I've
ever.
I've had my
Telling
moments.
you,
I've texted
I ain't
bitch.
gonna say nothing, but
I texted bitch. I got you pregnant. Like, yeah. I don't know why I said that.
oh
I
man.
texted the girl. I got you pregnant.
So I think I had went and I DM Tiana Trump on Twitter, and I was trying to
Yeah.
be sure he comes to the crib.
I haven't had my fair share of DMing celebrities.
Yeah.
I know damn well I ain't got no chance with, but
Shit.
hey, take your shot.
Hey man, shoot or shoot,
Take your
nigga.
shot.
Shoot or
Man,
shoot.
God damn it. You look
They
every
look
time you
shoot or
don't take
shoot.
stroke.
Fuck you,
Somebody
mean?
actually happen. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't even need
Mamba
I don't even need a
mentality.
full conversation. You say hi to me, I feel better. You say hi to me. Fuck it. But yeah.
But all right, man, that was a nice little, that's the new segment that we not saying that's gonna be in every single episode, but it's going to
I'll
pop
say
up from
we
time to
should
time, man. Definitely something
every
new to keep
one
shit
day of the
fresh.
week we should do like a story time. So I'm pretty sure we all got stories
Probably.
that we want to get out.
Well,
There's a lot of things that we want to talk about that are serious. You know what I mean? I know I do. And if I can sit here and try to help somebody else,
yeah, most definitely.
I'm more than willing to. Trust me, I've been through a lot, so I got a lot of shit that I can talk about.
Yeah, man, niggas definitely been
Yeah,
through a
look,
lot
I
that
may be
wouldn't
young,
mind getting shit out there.
but hell,
But
I've been through some shit at a young age, And some people, the thing about it is, some people don't know how to handle things. Some people don't know how to, deal with certain shit. So if maybe I've been in the same situation as you, and maybe you could do what I did to kind of feel better, if that can help you, then hell, at the end of the day, I felt like I accomplished something. So yeah, I'm with the story time.
right. But all right, man, we're gonna go ahead out of here, man. We're gonna hopefully, get this one to y'all real soon, man. Like I said, I'm just finally starting to use my Instagram again, literally today. So therefore, I'm posting content.
Now go ahead and
The
follow the
Instagram
BBK
name is the
podcast
BBK
on
Podcast.
Instagram and on Twitter.
On that, yeah. Well, you can follow my page, Blue Bag Key, on Twitter, Snapchat Almighty K77.
All right, y'all go ahead and
Gino,
follow
go
this
give out
boy
your socials.
on Instagram at G.IN.0. And I do not have a Twitter currently, so I'm working on it right now. I'll be on Twitter soon.
This nigga weird.
And my Snapchat is ghost
Because he weird.
_theory. Y'all can go ahead and follow me on there.
All right, man. We out, man.
It's big on that 12, no Buick. Up and I shake the room. Swerve. Skirt. Go ahead and shake the room. Go ahead and shake the room. Up and I shake the room. Wait. Swerve. Go ahead and shake the room. Go ahead and shake the room. How about I shake the room?
Quavo, how about I shake the room? Shake it, Chuck gon' sweep the broom. Everybody running and ducking, I'm clearing the room. Shoot one time, saying double time like you on shrooms. Shoot. On the other line, it's a fake time, saying nigga on the news. We bout to shake in this bitch. Shake. Frosted flake on the wrist. Ice. The gang ain't playing this shit. In New York, I got her shaking this bitch. Shake. Shake it up. Peel back your toothpaste. Peel it back. Money move to conversate. Money. Put them up on the plate. Put them up. Baby shaking in the waist. She shake. Hit the flashlight to see her face. Flash. And she looking like a snack. Cute. Birkin bag on the way.
How about I shake the room? Swerve.
Skirt.
Go ahead and shake the room. Go ahead and shake the room.
Shake it.
How about I shake the room? Wait. Swerve. Go ahead and shake the room. Yeah. Go ahead and shake the room. How about I shake the room? Baby, shake it. I pop a bird full amazing. Straight honey, no chaser. Niggas be talking hot till they get burned. I don't fuck with niggas cause these niggas be shern. Little niggas stay in your place, wait for your turn. Respect ain't given, nigga it's earned. In the Bugatti 5719 with the gas. Flag in the air, hold on. Ref. Ain't a lot Ferrari, can't rent this. With a brown little thing, Reese's. Steven Victor in the pista. Dior got no creases. All gallery. 6.1 for the painting. George condos. Cost more than your condo. Wait. Up and I shake the room. Swerve.
Skirt.
Go ahead and shake the room. Go ahead and shake the room. Up and I shake the room.